الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله. الحمد لله الحليم الغفور الودود الشكور مدبر الأمور وجابر المقصور الذي خلق السماوات والأرض وجعل الظلمات والنور أحمده سبحانه وتعالى على كل مقدور ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له سعادة تنجي قائلها من الظلمات الكفور وأشهد أن سيدنا ونبينا محمدا عبده ورسوله الذي أقام منار الإسلام صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه صلاة وسلاما دائمين متلازمين إلى يوم البعث. عباد الله تبارك وتعالى يقول: يا أيها الذين آمنوا انفقوا من طيبات ما كسبتم ومما أخرجنا لكم من الأرض ولا تيمموا الخبيث منه تنفقوا ولستم بأخذه إلا أن تجمدوا فيه واعلموا أن الله غني حميد. الشيطان يعدكم الفقر ويأمركم بالفحشاء والله يعدكم مغفرة منه وفضلا والله واسع عليم. أيضا لن تنالوا البر حتى تنفقوا مما تحبون وما تنفقوا من شيء فإن الله به عليم. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. We thank Allah. We are sincerely grateful to the merciful one, the one that is patient when he forgives us, and he also shows love despite our inequalities. He accepts our forgiveness when we ask him, and is the one who decides the affairs of men. He is the creator of heaven and the earth, and in it he has put light and darkness. Thank him most sincerely for all the things that he has done for us that we least deserve. We testify that there is no other deity worthy of worship beside Allah, the one whose testimony can save one from hellfire, and the one whose testimony can save one from the darkness of the grave. We also testify that our noble Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam is his messenger and servant, the one that Allah sent with the light of Islam. Peace and blessing of Allah be upon this noble prophet, those who follow him, members of his household, until the day of Qiyamah. Servant of Allah, that instruct us that we should spend from what he has provided for us, from what we have worked on, or things that he has brought for us from the earth. And Allah says that when you want to spend, you want to give from the things that are clean, that you yourself you like. Do not give the things from what you want to give out as gifts. The things that when you too, they want to give you such a thing, you will close your eyes or you turn your eyes back from where it is. Allah says that you should know that Allah is free from all wants and is the one that accepts when we thank him. Allah says you should know that Shaitan scares you with poverty and he commands you to do things that are wrong. But you know Allah provided for you, he prepared for you forgiveness and honor. And you should know that Almighty Allah, he is wise in knowledge. For you who believe. Allah also warned us in the Holy Quran that you can never achieve anything good. You can never have anything good except and unless you also spend from the things which you love. And Allah said that whatever that you have spent in his way, you should know that Allah is aware of all this. For you who believe, fear Allah, and always say the right thing at the right time. If you do this, Allah will cleanse you of your bad work. He forgives you of your sin. And whomsoever follow Allah and His Messenger has indeed been given the greatest of all the goods. Alhamdulillah, 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 Rabbil Alameen. We thank Allah once again. Now we are sincerely grateful to Him. We appreciate Him for His mercy on us. Now we appreciate Him for His blessing on us. We thank Him for being Muslim first and foremost. There are 1,001 people out there thinking that they are human beings and not being Muslim. So Allah, we are very grateful to you. As we all know, almost all of us were now complaining that things are hard, that things are hard. There is a popular saying that even the middle class, they have been, they have been destroyed. That is only the rich and the poor that we have. But to us as Muslims, we have all the opportunity not to be poor. We have all the opportunity. We might not be rich, but a Muslim, Allah has given us a lot of things that will raise us above poverty level. And that is why my topic today is poverty, the Islamic solution. Poverty is ordinarily defined as lack of in a man's life. A lot of things could be lacking in a man's life. A woman who is barren lacks a child and she needs a child. Therefore, she is poor. A man who does not have faith, does not know his right from wrong, is poor. And a man who disobeys his creator and no sense of remorse is also a poor person. But somebody who lacks basic needs and necessities of life is poor. And this is our focus today, inshallah. We should know, the Muslims in particular, and the black man in general, that we are in bondage as our need and necessity has been redefined by our colonial masters. It has been redefined by technology. Somebody who does not have anything that they send message to him or her, who wants to buy a phone of 500,000 naira, and yet he will be sad because he could not afford such a phone, he will be in a problem. Somebody who only need to move from his office and to his house will be thinking of buying a car of 50 million naira, buying a car of 30 million naira. And when he could not have that, he believes his life is not good. These are the things that we have imposed on ourselves, that Allah has not imposed them on us. And some people now believe that they are poor because they are unable to have things that they don't actually need, that they only want it. In Islam, our necessities are to serve the interests of our religion and our existence in life, while our needs are those things which we are in need of in order to broaden capability so as to eliminate narrowness of living. That is poverty, which most probably causes hardship and anguish. That we should differentiate between wants and need in Islam. Poverty, as many see it, is a bit different from the way we see it. The life of a Muslim is not just to eat, acquire wealth, more wealth and much more wealth, but to be able to satisfy as our need as at when needed. And that is the only reason why we need not to be poor. It is these moderate good things which Allah has given to us, and yet not in our reach, that we want to treat today, inshallah, and how they can be within the reach of everybody. The root of our poverty in Nigeria and third world in general is multifaceted. They were based mostly on man's inhumanity to man. Although when Allah was about creating man, the angel futuristically opined that man will be killing man and they will be committing mischief on earth. Allah told them, say, shut up. Don't worry. I know what you do not know. Some of them will be Muslims. They will take the tools that we have given. All those mischief we are talking about, they will not be part of it. I know. And also, another reason that we are poor today It's the one we are all seeing, the senseless wars that we are seeing here and there. Whether we like it or not, Nigeria has been fighting war for the past 15, 20 years now in the name of Boko Haram and all other things that we are seeing. Unless we are deceiving ourselves, we know some countries, some people, some organizations, they are the ones that are waging war against us. And that is why the money that we are supposed to use in development projects, we are using it to fight a war that are not necessary. And another great important area where we are poor is the area of corruption. Money meant to be spent on society's welfare, were stolen by some officials and their cohorts because they have the opportunity of being in charge, not knowing that whatever they do, Allah will ask them. And also, some people are not poor, but they are in a position and they mismanage things. They do things that are not needed. You see them that when people are hungry, they say they want to build houses like 30, 20 stories that they will never complete. You see them, they say they want to build bridges that they don't even need for anything. But what people are in need of, they do not know it. They just want to do show off. And these are the people that are mismanaging our economy. And there's also the micro and macroeconomic policies of the country, which is based on imposed interest, the IMF problem, the IFC problem, and the World Bank. We all know the challenges that we are facing because of this. Also, unequal distribution of wealth among the citizens, as 90% of the nation's wealth is in the hands of the fascist few and feudal lords, who are less than 10% of the total population of Nigerians. And we still have a lot of wasteful spending. Wasteful spending is another root of our poverty. The government and the people of this country, most of us, we are wasteful in everything which we do, especially the Muslims. I do not know whether you have witnessed the wedding of a Muslim child before, especially those who believe that they want to belong. The money you see them spending, you will cry that are these people, are they stealing the money? Even if we are to be stealing it, wallahi, the students have done it that way. I do not know whether you read in a newspaper about a week ago, a rich man in India, he wanted, her daughter is getting ready to get married, and he called his daughter. He said, my daughter, the way I'm going to celebrate your wedding is going to be different from the way you know, that you will only do it in my sitting room, that the money that I need to use for your wedding, I will use it to build houses for the poor people. And the man built 50 flats, 90 flats for poor people, the money that he was supposed to use for the wedding of his daughter. And he now put it, each time you are in this house, pray for my daughter that his life should be better and his hair life should be better. And we see the rate at which people has been birthday, they are doing party in the name of Islam. And at the end of the day, the Muslims will waste everything that we are supposed to use for ourselves. And also, if you also look at the way our government and also individuals, the way we follow the so-called Western nation, things that we do not need, things that are not important to us, are the things that we are copying from them. They have done all the work. They are only playing, and they are now spending money on playing. And we that we are yet to start any work, we do not have any infrastructure, and we will also be competing with them on things that we actually don't need. And these are the things that are actually helping us to be poor. And above all, no matter what, the will of Allah, those who will be poor, no matter what they do. But this poverty has a lot of effect on us. The effect of poverty are enormous. Its effect on individual is killing, and on nation is degrading. Poverty affects individuals from embryonic stage of his life to birth and all through his life. It is the root of the modern day crime, including drug, cultism, security challenges, militancy, and all those things which we are seeing today. It is the root of moral decadence among us. I do not know whether you know women, because they do not have money, they want to maintain their family, they will go out and doing things that are unimaginable. And that is when you go to religious houses. You see many people, they are seeking for mirage, and everybody, they are looking for miracles, and that is why you see them. It is poverty that is making us to behave this way. Those people who are religious, by the time they get to a better climb, You see, they don't go to churches and they are not as present in the mosque the way they used to do it when they're at home. Most of us, that if you see the way why we are religious, it's because we think that it is that will bring money or will take us from poverty, and not knowing that Islam has put in place so many things that we can also do. But poverty is also the root of most diseases that kill: malnutrition, HIV, malaria, and above all, it affects our faith. And that is why you see that some Muslims, they convert to other religion. There is nothing they are looking for besides that they are looking for a better life in their own mouth. There is nothing, not knowing that there is nothing that is there. And above all, it can lead to untimely death. That is poverty. But governments have put a lot of efforts life in our country. Conservative governments are putting their best in the elimination of poverty. We have had slangs like Operation Feed the Nation. Those who know, we know. And we have Green Revolution. We have school to farm. We have better life. We have rural women, better life for rural women. We have NDE. We have so many of them up to present government that they are trying to eliminate poverty. But the question I want to ask you, have you seen any impact on the poverty they are trying to eliminate on anybody? Answer it in your heart. Whether we are deceiving ourselves or not, we all know it. But do you know it is not their problem? Anything that is devoid of Almighty Allah might not survive and might not have any serious impact. And that is why I say, despite all this laudable program, poverty is still widespread among our people, and especially the Muslims. Problem is that the problem is that all our efforts are man-made, and Islam as a natural religion has gotten an inbuilt poverty alleviation policy, a policy that is of continuous sustenance of the society and the people therein. The first one, as Muslim, that Almighty Allah has given to us is that we know, and we should continue to know, that provision in life only comes from Almighty Allah. If we all depend and we know that everything, that no human being can make anybody to be rich, or nobody can elevate anybody out of his position except Allah, then we have solved 50% of our problem. And the second one, it is the contentment to know that whatever Allah has given to us after our effort is the best for us. Let me repeat, that we will put an effort. After putting an effort, whatever Allah has given to us after that, it is the best for us. Anybody that puts his happiness or joy on something that he's looking for will never be happy in this life. You can only put your happiness on whatever Almighty Allah has given to us. Then the third one, approach is in Islam, is to do a good work. Do not believe that what will be in Islam. Put in effort. Go out. Go and look for work. Go and struggle, and make sure that you do not go and be begging, that people every day, you'll be waiting for people to come and help you. That is not Islam. You must stand up and do something. You must stand up and begin to seek for Allah's mercy. One thing is certain, not everybody that is working will be rich, but most thing that is certain, those who are not working might not be rich. So we should put it at the back of our mind that for you to get something, you must do something. In Islam, we can also give ourselves gifts so that we can help ourselves and be out of poverty. Also, there is a war booty. But before I leave the area of the gift, there is a thin line between gifts and corruption. That we should understand that gift is something you give, perhaps with divination. We'll be able to differentiate gift and corruption. Gift is something you give that you do not expect any well done or thank you after it. Gift is given not because you are expecting any action to be taken or you are expecting anything after it. That is gift. It's different from bribery and corruption. When you give to say thank you because you have cheated, or you give because you want to change the cause of law or the cause the way things are being done. Those are two different things. Let us have it at the back of our mind that gift is what you give, that you can give to anybody. Even the junior can give to senior, senior can give to junior, husband can give to wife, wife can give to husband, children can give to father, father can give to children, and just like that, because nobody is expecting anything. Some of time as Muslim, when things become terribly hard, you can go and beg to solve a particular problem. I repeat, in Islam, you are only allowed to beg to solve a particular problem. If after solving that problem, you still have excess, some scholars say that the excess you have after solving that problem is halal money in your hand. Then it means those whose only life is to go and beg, we should let them know that this is un-Islam. It is makruh. It is not encouraged in Islam. In Islam, we are, for us to be out of poverty, you can go and borrow money and you write it down, or you can go on mortgage. You can go on mortgage, and mortgage can help you to come out of poverty. Also in Islam, you can go, you can become rich through what you inherited either from your parents or from your family. We know the inheritance law in Islam. But the most important way to get rich in Islam, or one of the most important, is the area of zakat. Most of us, we have abandoned our zakat. We are not paying our zakat as at when due. I can't blame you. Many of us do not know that zakat is compulsory on us. Many of us have paid before and they have been cheated. Some people are now using the money they pay as zakat. They are using it to do as big boy. They are the one using other people's money instead of you to use it for what it's meant for. And that is why here in AL-HABIBIYYAH, we have established what we call National Zakat Day about 3-4 years ago to sensitize people and to make people understand that zakat is not meant for malam, but zakat is not meant for mosque, but zakat is meant for the poor people so that it will lift them out of poverty. And those who are rich, when you pay zakat, the people around you, they become your brother, they become your security. They know that it is through you that they are doing what they are doing. I can tell you a little experience I have in AL-HABIBIYYAH Zakat Foundation. There was a poor person that each time he comes to the mosque, he's always coming for money. We gave him a zakat of about 100,000. 2 years later, when we were having the program, he was the one who came and he bought water for us for the program which we are doing. He said Allah started blessing him too. I remember I was in a particular village. I was waiting for a taxi to pick. An Okada man came to pick me. And when I dropped, he said, I gave him money. He said, no, you people are the one that gave me this machine. I bought a machine and after bought another one for my brother, and we have built a house for our mother. He started thanking Allah, thinking that he was thanking me. So what I'm trying to say that zakat has actually lit people. And that is why we declare the second Saturday in Shaban as National Zakat Day. We encourage us to join us tomorrow when we will discuss the next thing I want to discuss. After zakat, we have one thing that Muslims today, we do not know about it. And those who know about it, they don't practice it. They call it wakaf. It's an endowment. To our rich people, to those of us that Allah has blessed, you have the opportunity of understanding and practicing what is called wakaf, endowment. And it is also a perpetual charity. It is different from the charity we assume they are perpetual. It is it's a charity that you will be seeing it, your family will be seeing it, and Almighty Allah will be seeing it. There are different types of wakaf which we do. You can have a house, you can have any other property, and you now endow it, that it has to be going in a particular way, that you have to use it for a particular thing. So many people will be asking, what is that wakaf? You can have wakaf, you can endow it for yourself, you can endow it for your family. If you know that you are getting old and you have children and you are afraid you do not know the way they are going to handle your property, you can endow all your property, and from that endowment, you say all your family should be taken care of, all your children should be taken care of, and poor people should also be taken care of. Many of these things can be endowed. Unfortunately, the Muslims don't know that we have a lot of tools that can take us out of poverty. We have a family, and we have other purposes that we endowment could be used for. You can say your endowment to be used for the vulnerable children, to be used for the widows, to be used for those who are in schools. There is a local government in Kenya. I've forgotten the name of the local government. They endow, the area is hosted by almost all of them are Muslims. And they were so serious about wakaf. And in that local government, they discovered that they did not need anything from government. They have endowment of wedding, endowment of naming, endowment of primary school, endowment of secondary school, endowment of funeral ceremony, to the level that when you are born in that community, your parent does not need 1 naira to take you to school till you get to university. Even when you die, there is also provision of those who will take care of you without anything. The government now became so jittery. Government had to set up a board to say that these people, they will not be able to control them. Government now set up a board and it put non-Muslim among them. As I'm talking to you, the problem is still ongoing in Kenya because those people, they have solved the problem of poverty in their local government. They don't need anybody. I can assure you, these people are not better than us. If we Muslims, we come together and we understand this workout, and that is why, inshallah, tomorrow it is the topic we are going to discuss here in the mosque by 10 a.m. on our National Zakat Day. We want to see how we can use workout to solve all this our poverty problem. Those who are rich will be happy. Those who are poor will equally be happy, and tomorrow will be better for us. I encourage us to join us so that we'll be able to ask questions, we'll be able to know more, so that all this, Almighty Allah in His infinite mercy, will remove poverty from our life. That anybody that is poor is very close to be ingrateful to Almighty Allah. People who are poor, they are very close to go into kufur because anything they hear or the people can encourage them to do it. But if even when you are not rich, but you are not poor, no matter what anybody is saying, you will be able to understand. Almighty Allah will continue to support us. Almighty Allah will continue to guide us. And Almighty Allah will not leave us alone. He will help us to the level that we will get to the place where we want to be by the special grace of Allah. إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. Allah commands justice, the doing of the practice, to pit and clean. He forbids all shameful deeds, injustice, and rebellion. He instructs you that you may receive admonition. ربنا عليك توكلنا وعليك أنبنا وعليك المصير. ربنا افتح بيننا وبين قومنا بالحق وأنت خير الفاتحين. ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.